The Bears' 2 first-round selections stand as 2 of the only first-round picks to not have signed a rookie contract.
With the scorching summer ahead, there are plenty of ways that you'll be able to slide into summer in Chicago.
Vice President Kamala Harris has been in talks with NABJ on a potential September date for virtual or in person. So if you're not buckled up, before we get to football, we'll start things off with women's basketball in the Chicago Sky. We turn now to a tragic story. A high school senior set to graduate this summer has his life cut short due to a drunk driver. One basketball player who competed against Reese and Cardoso is a Chicago native who got her start at Marist High School. A North Lawndale community group is using physical fitness as a way to keep kids away from neighborhood violence. The only thing you need to participate, a bicycle. And thank you at home for tuning in to another episode of Chicago This Week. We'll see you next time. Good night. And with the Sky season kicking off this weekend, anticipation is setting in for the dawn of a new era of Sky basketball. It may be tough to snag a Caleb Williams jersey until the start of the season. Take a look. 2 cornerstone pieces to a Bulls team bereft of young talent and lacking a true direction.
Let's face it, there are a lot of distractions inside cars these days.
What a week for the Chicago Bears, number 1 draft pick Caleb Williams and number 9 pick Roma Dunze. Fans are so optimistic, and I was lucky enough to watch the draft live in Detroit.
No peace on stolen land. And free Palestine.
Tensions rose to the fullest on the 6th day of the pro-Palestinian encampment at DePaul University as dozen pro-Israeli supporters showed up to counter-protest.
For education.
Hundreds of students, staff, and Lincoln Park community members gathered in solidarity with the Palestinians.
You don't even have to be Palestinian or Muslim to support this. This is us taking a stand, tell them that we're not going to stand for this anymore.
Yeah, so this is a coalition of over 30 different student organizations that came together and decided we want DePaul to divest from any companies that are contributing to Israeli apartheid.
Student organizers say they have a list of demands for the university, one that includes calling for a ceasefire, acknowledging the genocide, as well as
divesting is the biggest thing. Why are universities in America so influenced by Israel? AIPAC needs to be investigated and just completely taken out.
A Catholic university that includes Jewish students and staff. However, some say that the ongoing peaceful demonstrations have made things on campus unwelcoming.
And as someone who has been a member of the community here at DePaul, it just made me feel kind of weird in a way to just see all this happening.
On May 5th, DePaul University's president's office issued an update statement on the ongoing encampment and, quote, "It is our sincerest hope that our dialogue will result in solutions for the university that will allow us to move forward."
Yeah, disclosing where our money is going has been a huge part of it. We want financial transparency from DePaul.
Not a penny, not a dollar.
The student organizers at DePaul say they have no intentions of leaving the quad until DePaul firmly acknowledges all their demands, and the message is simple: disclose and divest. Reporting in Lincoln Park, I'm Sean Graney, Chicago This Week.
Being able to come to the combine and shoot as well, or do anything I can to make myself a better projection, that's what I'm going to do.
A new era of the NBA is starting to take shape, and all eyes are on the future stars of the association, with the first step beginning at the NBA Draft Combine.
I mean, I'm a competitor, so I want to be first in everything I do. I don't know if it's that important because I can't control it, but of course it means something.
Yeah, this class is, I think, really good. I mean, we got tons of great players, so I think anybody could go anywhere, to be honest.
Each top prospect has a different story, play style, and mentality that has gotten them here. And players say the key will be to amplify those qualities heading into the draft next month.
Just don't change anything about me, just stay the person I am, stay the player I am, and just keep trying to get better.
I just embrace it. Coach told us to embrace it. It's going to come no matter what, so just embrace it.
In front of the watchful eyes of NBA executives, players are hoping to showcase that they are not only just amazing players on the court, but also extraordinary individuals and leaders off the court.
Like, most people that come up to me don't know I play basketball, or played in college, or even play a sport besides obviously my height. So I guess them just knowing that I'm a regular person.
In the end, players say they are simply grateful for the opportunity to realize an NBA dream and are taking the process one step at a time.
I want to be an elite level defender, and I'm going to make it happen no matter what. That's my main focus. That's going to happen.
Yeah, really the only thing that I need to add when I go to the NBA, is just being able to knock down that three ball. But I don't really compare myself to anyone in the league. I think everybody plays a different type of role.
The NBA draft is set for June 26th and 27th at Barclays Center in New York, and the Atlanta Hawks are slated to pick first overall for the first time ever in the draft lottery era. Reporting at Wintrust Arena, I'm Sean Graney, Chicago This Week.
He bullied those three sisters on stage. He did not answer questions. He was narcissistic. He was insulting. And that's exactly who he is.
I love the black population of this country. I've done so much for the black population of this country.
With election season on the horizon, former President Trump visited the annual National Association of Black Journalists Convention in Chicago Wednesday.
Because she was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn, and she became a black person. Just to be clear, sir.
In an interview session in NABJ Chicago chapter, Trump was questioned on multiple issues, including his remarks regarding women of color, the country's economical challenges, and why black supporters should decide to vote red.
People are coming into our country and they're taking black jobs and Hispanic jobs, and frankly they're taking union jobs. Unions are being very badly affected by all of the millions of people that are pouring into our country.
You say make America great again, you're talking about me and every other American Negro person in this country. Those people are actually racist because they believe that America inherently means white.
Trump's appearance at this year's NABJ convention has been met with much backlash, and for Black Star Network founder Roland Martin, the event was a failure.
Well, first of all, you don't have couches. You don't have these plush seats. You have him standing up at a podium. You have the people sitting at the table asking questions. You also have a black man on that panel. And if it was a panel of all black men, I would say, where are the sisters? You also have somebody with black-owned media.
So our whole campaign was steered toward him, and now we have to steer toward him. But ultimately it's the same because they have bad policy. They have policies of open borders, unbelievable open borders, horrible energy policies.
With the inclusion of former President Trump in this year's NABJ convention, Vice President Kamala Harris has been in talks with NABJ on a potential September date for virtual or in person.
What we saw right there, there's no way any black person in this country with any sense whatsoever should consider casting a ballot for that cretin.
The NABJ convention continues this week until Sunday, and with less than 100 days until Election Day, Trump is scheduled to hold his next rally at the Brick Breeden Fieldhouse in Bozeman, Montana on August 9th. Reporting at the Hilton, Chicago, I'm Sean Graney, Medill Weekly. It's the tale of a man who is down but not out and who loves his Pinot Noir. Showing support for Palestine, students say they have no intentions of leaving the Quad until DePaul firmly supports stopping the war in Gaza. With over 83,000 adoptions since its founding in 1997. And Donald Trump became the first ever president to be convicted of felony crimes. And with election season on the horizon, Americans are skeptical. Those of you who are from Chicago already know you are not supposed to put ketchup on a hot dog. It's not illegal, but it's definitely frowned upon. In order to protest or rally near the event, groups will need a permit. The city isn't giving those out to everyone. If you'd rather make your own meal instead of eat in a restaurant, this summer, the city's farmers market will have you covered. There's a highly anticipated summer tradition beginning this week for sports fans to enjoy, and I'm talking about the Crosstown Classic, the Cubs versus the White Sox. And we cover a bit of everything, from politics and crime to sports and entertainment. And we're bringing you a lot of developing stories today. Tough decisions must be made to define a pivotal path in this iteration of the Chicago Cubs. Chicago must define a direction fast and bring in more impactful players that impact winning now, and before that, had not scored 7 or more runs since the crosstown win against the White Sox on June 5th. And thank you so much for watching. And for more local news and sports, tune in again next week. We'll see you then.